So the Indiana Fever are playing a game in Baltimore.
Remember when Reese was still at LSU? The very place where she became a national champion. She couldn't even sell out her own games there. Can you imagine the disappointment of local fans expecting to see Pact stand for their championship hero, only to find empty seats scattered throughout the arena? It's like having a hit song that everyone streams, but nobody shows up to hear live. In stark contrast, look at what happened with the Indiana Fever's exhibition game against Iowa. The demand was so high, they had to stop general ticket sales because the game sold out almost immediately. While one phenomenon drives crowds, the other falls short. One player can't fill seats at her championship-winning college, while another forces teams to cut off ticket sales because arenas are bursting at the seams. What's really telling about this whole situation is that the upcoming game in Baltimore isn't being moved there as some kind of homecoming celebration for Angel. They're moving it because the Caitlin Clark effect is so powerful. They need a venue that holds 3 times more people. The fact that it happens to be in Reese's hometown makes the whole situation even more ironic. The numbers reveal a strange disconnect. At LSU games featuring Reese, empty seats were a common sight. Meanwhile, people were dropping thousands of dollars just to get in the door for Caitlin Clark game. This is a fascinating case study in the difference between social media fame and actual fan support. Having millions of followers who double tap your photos doesn't automatically translate to having fans who will buy tickets to see you play. The Angel Reese situation reveals something profound about modern fandom. In today's world, it's easy to be a fan online. You just hit follow and maybe leave some fire emojis in the comments. But real support means buying tickets, showing up, and creating the electric atmosphere that makes live sports special. Right now, when it comes to filling arenas, Angels followers seem content to support from their phones rather than arena seats. Teams are discovering the real market value when Caitlin Clark comes to town. But what about when Angel Reese returns to LSU? You'd think a hometown hero with 5 million Instagram followers would pack any arena she plays in, but the numbers tell a completely different story that has executives scratching their heads. She's got over 5 million followers on Instagram. With that kind of social media presence, you'd naturally assume she's the biggest draw on women's basketball right now. Her brand deals are everywhere, and her name recognition is through the roof. But here's the thing that's leaving everyone confused. Those millions of online followers aren't showing up where it counts. Now, let's talk about ticket prices. Those social media followers might be hitting like, but they're definitely not hitting the purchase button. And the ticket prices tell a story so shocking, you might think it's fake news. When Indiana Fever comes to town, fans are dropping mortgage payment money for nosebleed seats. While Chicago Sky tickets are selling for less than the cost of parking, we're talking about a $600 to $72 gap between watching the same exact sport, depending on which rookie you want to see. Let me break this down with actual numbers. Right now, if you wanted to watch the Indiana Fever's exhibition game against Brazil's national team, you need to shell out a minimum of $700 just to get in the door. These are the very back row seats where players look like tiny ants on the court. Want to actually see expressions on players' faces? Those tickets are going for $1,000 to $2,000 each.